What's up, guys? We're gonna build beats. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make some depressing trap type beats. With that being said, let's get into the question of the day, which is, what do you think the most slept on genre is? Leave your answer down in the comment section below. Let's hop into the video. Let's go ahead and start our melody. So we're gonna start with the bass line first, just because I think it'll be easier to kind of get a full sound right away. So 140 is BPM. You can kind of go for something like this. I will go somewhere in between 130 to 140. I think that's good. We can go 135 just to go in like the middle. So for the scale, I think a good scale is like maybe a G sharp minor, something like that, or E minor, something like that would be nice. So let's go here, and I probably should pull this down an octave or two. We're just gonna make a bass line. So one thing we can do, and it can be on any note, it doesn't really need to be on a specific on the root. It could be like right here, and all you have to do is just make a chord, because every bass line pretty much is just a chord, but it's just everything is moved around. So let's make this, and then what you can do is use some of the in-between notes to, you know, create like a little a bass line over your 4 bars, if that's something you want to do. So let's move this around. Let's build into this, and then we can use this at the end, because I kind of like when my bass lines go up and then they drop to one of these notes, but we'll have to see. And let's add some notes in between. Okay, we got to pull that up an octave because it's not playing. And that could just be our bass line, all right? And then we'll just kind of copy this to our melody and start from there. So let's go ahead and start our guitar now. Next up, we have our guitar. Now this should be easy since we already have our bass line. So what you could do is just literally copy this to your guitar. And we'll have to pull this up an octave, of course. And I'll just simplify this whole thing. Let's just delete these. Shrink it down so we can see everything all together. And then from here, you pretty much, if you want to, you can just make a chord all the way up. Okay, skip every other note. And you can use some of these notes. You want to pull these up. If you want to just pull one up, it's all up to you and what you want to do with your melody. And if you want to cheat, you could just kind of just use these same notes across the whole entire thing, because it'll all work. So if you wanted to, I don't know, we could just throw that over there because it's in harmony anyway, right? You see how everything is kind of coming full circle. We can use this. And then I'm gonna just kind of move these around and get a nice rhythm. I like that. I think that's pretty smooth. We don't always need to do a lot. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just oversimplify this just so when it loops, it's not the same melody every loop around. It's something different, which helps it not be repetitive. We could literally just delete all this and just pull this over. See what that sounds like. Of course, we'll need to copy this over too. All right, and I'm not gonna mess with the velocity. I'm gonna leave it like it is. So let's go ahead and move on to the next instrument. Next up, we have this little whistle sound. Now, a lot of this isn't needed. It's just extra little sounds you can put in the background. So I thought this would kind of fit that sad vibe. So what we can do is just use this note that we started with, and you can either build up from it or you can build down depending on, you know, what sound you want. So let's start on that E somewhere. Let's listen. Let's go up a little high. So I kind of want something right here. Honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I don't really think we need to repeat it. It probably will get annoying if we repeat it, so we'll just leave it like that. Let's move on to our little vocal here. All right, so for our vocal, we have distant vocals or voices from Arcade. So I like using this with like sad stuff because it's kind of already mixed in. We just put it on that G sharp minor. I might fast forward just because sometimes it takes a long time to find a good combo. So I'm gonna try to, you know, let's. Okay, I think that's good. I probably left that real time, but I think that's good for the vocal. Probably turn it down a bit. We don't really need to mix. So now we're just gonna make an outro beat for this by adding our 808 and our drums. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our little drums here. So I'm gonna mute all this and I'm gonna just kind of do it all in one shot because we don't really have much here. So we're gonna copy this. And then I'm just going to delete a lot of this stuff. Shift D, and now we're just gonna kind of play around with the 808 a little bit. I think that'll be fine. And then let's just add our drums. All right, I think that's good. So let's go ahead and play the whole thing. That's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.